Good morning, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to the Ugly Cat Studio. Catherine Hébert is going to draw something today,
That's me.
and she has not told me what she's going to draw.
Well, I tried to tell you, and you did not listen. Well, so here's what I wanted to do. Inktober apparently keeps going all year. Let me just mute the other feed because I'm hearing us talk, and it's very distracting. Okay. So Inktober keeps going all year apparently, but it once a week. So I was like, I'm gonna do Inktober this week. Yesterday, I don't know if you guys have seen the Instagram post, but I did one of the Reddit Sketch Daily prompt, which was Secretariat.
Secretariat.
Yes, the racehorse. So I drew a horse for the first time yesterday. And then today, the prompt for this week drops on Inktober's Instagram, and the prompt, horse. So I might have to draw a second horse.
Well, no, that means you're done. You can just put the horse you already drew up, play a live stream of or not a live stream, a replay of the horse being drawn.
Okay,
and
so
we can just lie back and relax and watch it.
Okay, yeah, I could just do the
We could commentary your existing drawing.
live commentary.
I mean, that's all I do anyways.
That's
it changes my job, not at all.
So it was like maybe I could draw like another horse, but I could only think of BoJack Horseman, so we could do his portrait.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of
Yeah.
doing copyrighted stuff. Like, we're not a anime fan art waifu yaoi podcast.
No, but still, BoJack is not a waifu, so I think we're safe.
No, but
I get what you're saying.
it
but
debases the brand a little bit to do what will end up being seen as fan art.
I don't. Not if we don't label it as fan art.
Can you hate draw something? Enemy art.
Can you think of any other horse?
Well, why does it have to be a famous horse? I sent you some pictures of horse-adjacent animals earlier today,
Yes.
such as donkeys and tapirs and onagers.
Yeah, but they're not horses.
You know what you should draw?
What?
Eohippo. Eohippus. I'm going to send you a link. I'm going to paste it into our stream chat. That is the ancestor of the horse. It is called the first horse, and it is a derpy, weird animal.
Oh, that's cute. But do we have other images of that? Let me Google here so you guys see what I'm gonna search. So it is called, how do you spell it?
Eohippus.
Eohippius. Eohippius. Okay, let's see if we can find but we don't have pictures though, so it's not a great reference to draw.
Yeah, and the normal free stock photography places don't have any pictures.
I guess I could do maybe a skeleton. That could be fun. Like a Eohippus skull.
Well, if anybody's watching in the comments, please tell us what she should draw, because we're having somewhat of an impasse. There's also Seabiscuit is another famous horse.
Oh, that's true. Look how cute he is though, with his little stocky legs. I'll just draw a generic horse because I need to start drawing something.
You could just draw. You could be completely sexist and pick a long-faced woman, draw Sarah Jessica Parker or something.
That is mean.
Yeah. No offense to Sarah Jessica Parker. She's just the only person I could think of who's been described like that.
Not this one.
I'm on the Wikipedia page for famous horses, and I'm like, I've never heard of any of these. There's a horse from World War One known as Bill the Bastard.
I'm just drawing this random horse. I don't know what he is, but I guess we'll figure this out during the stream.
You haven't vetted it at all?
What?
You didn't vet this horse and make sure he's okay?
No.
Like, for all you know, he's in the Epstein files.
Yeah. He might be. That'll be a good title for our stream, though.
Yeah, we'll have to pivot our stream audience.
Just gonna do my guidelines. So
it is decided. Catherine is drawing this horse.
That allegedly was in the Epstein files.
I've heard it said.
Yeah. And he has a cute little blanket, so you know it's cute.
I'm going to update the stream title.
Okay.
To be Draw With Me a Horse.
Okay, I think we're good for the lines. Half this, that's fine. Okay.
So for those of you who just joined, Catherine and I had a good 7 minutes of going back and forth on what she should draw. And it is decided she is going to draw a horse.
Yes. So I've never drawn a horse in my life.
Until yesterday.
Until yesterday, and then today I have to draw another one, so.
Well, in 100 years' time, when people are studying you, this will be your, equine period.
Yeah. My horse girl era.
Yeah.
Do my usual prep.
The Miyoki Tanobe technique.
But I'm first starting by just kind of just getting a little bit of brown in the background, so it's not too white. This is all going to be hidden, but it's just that if there's little if it's not fully opaque, my painting layer, then it's not stark white under and it doesn't contrast as much.
My computer has frozen. Does this horse have a name?
Not yet. We'll have to determine that.
You could just call him Horse.
We could. We could also find him a name.
Where did you get the picture from?
On Splash.
Did you just Google horse?
Yes.
You didn't type anything else, just horse?
Just horse.
I don't see it on Unsplash. I wanted to do some vetting and see you.
Okay, let me tell you what the photographer is. Kristen O. Carlson.
How do you spell Kristen?
Kristen.
O. Carlson?
Yeah.
How do you spell O. Carlson?
O.
Yeah?
Espace. Karlsen.
I was not able to find it because I was typing it the Irish way. Well, this lady's got 52 billion pictures. Oh, she's got a whole collection of bears and other predators.
Ooh.
Oh, she's got a ton of horses, and they're all very cute.
Well, I mean, that goes without saying.
Yeah, but some are like little ponies that are cuter than this adult horse that you've chosen. And some of them have little winter jackets.
Horses in winter jackets are cute.
And then there's one that's eating grass and he looks deranged. Still can't find this particular picture because she's got so many. I'm trying to match it based on the white spot on his forehead. And they all got white spots on their forehead. Okay, finally.
Find him?
I found it, but I lost my mouse pointer. Give me a second. I'm not good at the computer today. Okay, it is labeled a brown horse.
That is very useful.
Wearing a light blue blanket. It is taken in Norway.
Well, we know he's Norwegian.
Yes. We now know that.
Yeah.
Even though his little thing says Ireland on the little dog tags he's wearing.
Maybe he's vacationing in Ireland.
Or in Norway.
That's true.
Or maybe it's just a branded jacket. Like, not everybody who wears a Canada Goose jacket is in Canada.
That is true.
As we discovered as we traveled the world. No matter where you go on planet Earth, if it is cold, people will be wearing North Face and Canada Goose.
Yeah.
Even if it's not cold by our standards. Well, I was going to say that you should call it Bucephalus.
Was it the...
The horse of Alexander the Great.
Yeah. We talked about that earlier today.
Yesterday, actually.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Because we were talking about, you were painting a horse and said it was a famous horse, and then I had to guess who it was, and I guessed Secretariat.
Yeah.
And you're like, of course it is, because that's the only horse either of us had ever heard of.
No, that's not exactly what I said.
Okay. That was basically the gist of it. I wasn't going into the nitty-gritty detail. First you said hello, and I was like, hey.
No, but you make
and
it
then-
sound like I'm saying that you don't know any other horses.
No. Neither of us knows any other horses, was my point. Like, quick, gun to your head, name like 5 famous horses. I was able to name Bucephalus, and that's it. Though Bucephalus was a dark bay horse, which is what this horse is.
Ooh.
Bay means brown, I guess. I don't know why they say bay, but they do.
Do we know what kind of spots he had? Because I could draw him.
Bay means brown body with black mane. Which I think this is. The image is a little small, so I can't tell for sure.
Yeah, he seems like he has black hair. But I want to know is like what kind of like white pattern he had on his forehead?
I don't know. I'm Googling it, and I'm asking ChatGPT. Except I don't know how to spell Bucephalus. Oh, there we go. Okay, I've seen like all kinds of different versions, but a lot of them have a white spot on the forehead. I imagine it's not like known for certain.
Yeah. Do we have a portrait of him? Like painted like while he was alive?
Um, so white star on the brow is a traditional depiction, but not a nailed down fact.
When what?
A white spot on his
Okay.
forehead is part of the traditional depiction, but it's not like a fact. But he's often painted thusly.
Mm. So what shape should he have on his forehead?
No contemporaneous paintings of Alexander or Bucephalus exist, and in fact, there's no Greek painting of that era at all.
Oh.
We have later Roman works that copied Greek works of that era, and like the closest we have is there's a Roman mosaic that you probably would recognize if you Googled it, but no one knows.
My other question is, what kind of blanket were horses wear in his time?
Persian?
Do you have an image of that? Because if we want to, like, what would make him look like he's,
Bucephaly?
yeah.
Well, you gotta draw Alexander.
Well, I'm gonna try to finish it during the stream, so I would like to.
I think what you gotta do is the reins.
I don't want to do that.
Here, I got you the best picture of Bucephalus I can find. I'm gonna put it in the chat window. Let's take a look at that. That's what we're going from.
Yeah, I'm gonna send that to my iPad, and we're gonna put that as a reference for everyone to see because it's very cute. Okay, let me send that to my iPad.
It is a engraving of a drawing of a statue that was in the British Museum that has since been lost.
Mm.
So in like the 1700s, this guy drew this in his book. See, a couple of people just joined. Catherine is drawing a horse that we have retroactively decided is going to be Bucephalus.
Yeah.
The horse of Alexander the Great.
And this is the only reference that we have, so that's where we're going for. Maybe I'll make a little like checkered blanket, like the kind of drawing, so like it looks like he's covered in a blanket in this picture.
I'm going to look for other pictures of Bucephalus.
This is the best and only reference.
Okay.
I mean, if you find a better one, great, but I love this one. Also, this horse doesn't feel like a horse that Alexander the Great would have. Like, he seems very gentle and, like, not like a war horse.
A horse.
A war horse. That's not great.
Yeah, most of the depictions I see are like black and white engravings or statues,
Mm.
and like most of them have Bucephalus kind of like mouth open, screaming.
Maybe it's like maybe he never liked war, and this was on a on a Saturday morning, and he was just like enjoying
Well, if
a
you click
quiet morning.
the link I just put in the chat, I think I might have put it in the wrong chat.
No, I think you put it in the right place.
That link is the famous Roman mosaic that has Bucephalus in it.
Mm.
But this one doesn't have the white spot on his forehead.
Yeah.
But what it does have, if you look at Alexander, is he appears to be wearing an Alexander t-shirt.
That is true. He's wearing a t-shirt of himself.
He's wearing his own merch.
Yeah.
So I'm going to change the chat title to, not the chat title, sorry, the video title to...
To what?
Bucephalus.
Okay. Maybe you should wear a Bucephalus blanket.
What does that mean?
Well, Alexander the Great is wearing a Alexander the Great t-shirt.
Oh, so like Bucephalus should have his own
Yeah.
Bucepha merch.
Yeah. He should wear his own
Merchcephalus.
Yeah. Yes.
Bucephalus' name means cow head or ox head. I am unclear why.
He's gonna wear like a little blanket full of like little like with a horse pattern, and that's gonna be him. That's gonna be very cute.
Okay. So the most common reasons that they think that he was named Bucephalus, meaning ox head, was that he had either an ox-shaped mark on his forehead, or he had a white spot on his forehead, much like an ox does.
That is cute. If we could make him an ox is like a big beef, right?
Yes, but that's not the word you use in English. Like a buff is a male cow, but you can't say that in English.
Do you say ox?
Yeah, ox is an altered bull.
Oh, I should have said bull. Yeah. Well, you knew what I meant.
I did. I just, because I also speak French. Some of the people might have thought you meant like, a porterhouse of beef.
It's true. So I could make a little like ox shape, little like white spot on his forehead. That would make him kind of unique, and that would make sense for.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it should be in the shape of an ox.
That'd be cute. Why not?
I think it's shaped like an ox has.
I think it should be ox shaped. That would be much cuter. But what is the shape of?
Well, I mean, every ox is different, right?
Then what is an like a white spot?
Okay, I'm gonna paste a link into the chat. A Shutterstock link, so don't use this for drawing, but if you click that brown ox image,
Oh, he's so cute.
he's got a splotch not unlike what this horse has.
Yeah, but
So-
then that makes it a generic brown horse with a white spot, right?
Yeah, but it's an ox spot.
Yeah, but it'd be cute if I make him in the shape of a ox. I think it would be cuter.
I am not able to quite imagine what that would look like.
Okay, look.
Oh, I found a better Cephalus to draw. I'm gonna send you one more image link.
He had curly hair. Okay, I'm also sending that my iPad.
This link says he was one of the most famous horses of the ancient world. And I'm like, who is more famous?
And that is our other reference. He's so cute and derpy with like weirdly human eyes. But I'm gonna give him curly hair, and that's gonna be very cute. Yeah.
Bucephalus, Bucephalus. That's my Bucephalus song. I don't know why I'm singing. Bucephalus is also the name of a species of flatworm. I don't think we should
No.
deal with that. Apparently, he lived till the age of 30.
That is 11 years older than Secretariat.
And when he died at the Battle of the Hydaspes, which is a river in India.
He died in a battle?
Yeah.
That sucks.
And Alexander started a city right on the site of his death called Bucephala. It's in the Punjab in India. Oh, it's in Pakistan actually. Sorry. And there's a modern livage. What the hell am I saying? A modern village on the site called Jabalpur Sharif.
Is there any remnant of the horse? Is there any monument, or is it in the history, or it's been mostly forgotten?
I don't know. I'm Googling this. I didn't come up with any preparation about Bucephalus, given that I didn't know you were drawing him.
Yeah, given I didn't know I was drawing him.
That's true. The city survived for several centuries after Alexander, and was part of the Indo-Greek kingdoms in the area, where Greek and Indian culture melded. And it was the city was mentioned in the 1st century AD in the Greek and Roman periplus, which were sailing guides, maps. Okay, it's disputed where the town was exactly, A monument to the life of Alexander was built in the town, funded by the government of Pakistan and the Greek embassy in Islamabad.
Okay.
But by 2023, it had become dilapidated. So that's
Horses have so many like details and veins, and like it's very challenging to draw.
you need to start picking some simpler animals.
I mean, I drew a cat last week.
But cats have like whiskers and stuff.
I mean, all animals have whiskers.
No. Dolphins don't.
Okay,
Like a worm doesn't.
that's true, but I don't want to draw worms.
I think you should go for like an amphibian with a smooth skin.
Okay, let's reveal his head. I'm gonna paint some hair. It's very curly, and he has a little like simple jack bangs. So we're gonna go with that.
It's not simple jack bangs. It's like 80's Jerry curl perm. Like early Michael Jackson. Or not early, I guess mid Michael Jackson, like Billie Jean era Michael Jackson.
I've been, yeah, I can't say that on the stream.
She was about to break her work NDA by accident,
Yeah.
but she did not. The Bucephalus and Alexander monument in Pakistan is not very nice. Sorry, Pakistani tourism folks, but it's a little underwhelming.
He looks so strange with curly hair.
I don't know if the real Bucephalus. I'm speaking Spanish now. I don't know if the real Bucephalus had curly hair.
I don't know, but you know what we have to go with is the drawings of him.
Yeah, but that drawing is from what, like 2,000 years later? Yeah, about that.
Yeah, but we don't have any other like references.
The fact that he's called Oxhead makes me think he wasn't curly because oxes don't have curly hair.
He makes me think like, oh, what's the guy? Lionel Richie.
Yes. 80's Lionel Richie.
Yep.
That's what I meant by like
Yeah, Billie Jean, Michael Jackson.
yeah, the Jerry curl 80's hair
Yeah.
perm. So I googled Oxhead,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently in Chinese mythology, there's two guardians of the underworld, of like hell, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and they are named Oxhead and Horseface.
Okay. Okay.
They have the bodies of men, but one has an ox head and the other has a horse face.
I'm gonna Google an ox to see what shape I could make the white spot.
An ox is just a cow, right?
Yeah, maybe I'll just do like a head, like
You'd want to do the horns, but not too big.
with ears. Like this. It's a little bit obvious.
You can make him a musk ox.
Is that different?
Musk ox is not a cow. It's like a northern animal.
Mm.
You've seen them. We saw them at Park Omega. It looks kind of like almost like a bantha from Star Wars. I think we had one lick our car and like slobber in the car.
Yeah.
Park Omega is like a nature safari park in rural Quebec, where you drive through and the various animals like can come up to your car and you can feed them carrots and stuff. But unlike some of the other safari parks where they have like captive lions and stuff, these are rescued animals from this region.
Yeah.
So there's like elk and bison and muskox and things like that basically roam free, but can come up to your car and eat carrots if they so choose.
Yeah. It's really nice. It's a bit far, so we only went once, but it was nice.
I think we've been twice.
I think we only went once.
We should go back.
Yeah.
And they have bears and wolves too, but they're like not like free roaming to your car. They've got their own area.
Yep.
So Park Omega, if you want to sponsor us, I'm more than willing to take your money.
Yep. I mean, honestly, like, anyone, like...
Well, not the tourism people of that town in Pakistan, after I've insulted their monument.
I guess that's true.
And not the ice hotel people in Quebec.
That is true.
Because we bitched and moaned about them yesterday.
No, but if they...
last week, I mean.
If they decide to, like, if we get a call from the ice hotel and they're like, we'd like to sponsor you, I'll say yes.
Yeah, but then we'll have to start, like, glazing them. I don't want to, like, lose my journalistic integrity. So they've got, at Park Omega, a gray wolf, Arctic wolf, black wolf, coyote, fox, and Arctic fox.
The deers there are relentless.
They have red deer, white-tailed deer, fallow deer, caribou, elk, and moose. I don't think they have a muskox, so I may have made that up. They had bisons, which are probably what I was thinking of.
Okay.
I was going to say we should go soon, but we don't have our car.
I mean, we could go get it.
Yeah. That turns it into a 2-day job, though, because, like, you'd want to get there early for Park Omega. And I suppose we could, like, leave at, like, 7 a.m. and go pick up your car.
We have multiple days.
Yeah, that's true.
But also, like, let's not go in the middle of winter because that's annoying.
It's also in the opposite direction, though. Park Omega is, like, northwest of here. And your dad's house, where we have the car stored for winter, is southeast of here. So I'm sure nobody's interested in the logistics of our car. Back to Bucephalus.
Back down. So I've baked in his curly hair, so he is now, that's his hair.
No choice.
No choice.
How come you gave him 2 spots?
I don't know, I might remove one.
Which one?
The one that's not in the shape of an ox.
It looks like a bird crept.
The small one?
Yeah. Based on the amount of bird poop we've seen on the car, I can identify that. I wonder if there's a horse named Lionel.
Surely there's a horse named Lionel.
There are many horses named Lionel.
Horses' noses are so complicated.
Why do you say that?
Because there's a lot of details and a lot of weird shapes, and it's really hard to draw. Okay, so he has a little cheek, and then there's a line here. That's the edge of his mouth. Okay. Like this. And then there's another line here. Then there's a line that does something like this. Shape here. Shall we see? Puis en dessous du nez, that goes.
You're mumbling.
I know. Okay.
I think the darkness on his cheek is making it look concave,
Yeah.
whereas it's actually quite convex.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably change that. On the ref picture, like he has a little bit of spot of light kind of on his face.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna remove that because I think that just makes it.
He looks like he's on Ozempic. Whereas he needs to be like robust and muscular for
Yeah.
for war horsery. I know this sounds like probably very stupid to someone who knows art, but it's amazing how just like modifying the colors a little bit totally changes the shape.
Yeah. I'm gonna do some a bit more like highlights, and I'm starting to shape the horse. That should help quite a bit as well.
And I'm back. Took a little trip out to the other room to blow my nose. The ox-shaped thing works better than I imagined it would.
Good.
That's why I don't do the art. Among a myriad of reasons, but myriad.
This is not a great looking horse I'm drawing.
He looks very 1980s,
Yeah.
whereas he should be more like the 320s BC.
He's a little bit too contrasty, I think. I'm gonna see if I can soften his face a bit. But, I mean, that makes sense. It's just my second time drawing a horse. It's very, like, kind of hard shapes for me to draw because I'm not familiar with, like...
Yeah. Well, just like the musculature under the face is different than...
Yeah.
Well, first of all, there's lots of musculature under the face, which is not something you usually say for a cat or a bird. Like drawing a muscly thing with tight skin has got to be very different than a fluffy animal.
Yeah.
I imagine, anyway.
So now I'm gonna try to just go over. I'm on a separate layer. I'm just trying to like figure out like shape and light because I'm like I was doing kind of lines. Like if I just remove the layer I'm doing, like his face just gets like so angular because the light is not really working. I'm just trying to figure out the shape, but by just softening up a little bit, like it helps like his overall like shape already.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I'm gonna just sculpt him a little bit and then go back to the details.
That's a really telling word, sculpt.
Yeah.
Because you like, I guess that's what I was talking about before, when I was surprised how much the shape seems to change by changing the colors.
Yeah.
It really is like sculpting him with paint.
Yeah, it really is.
And that's probably something, obvious to the first year art student, but like
Yeah.
I'd never heard it before.
I'm also going to put a little bit of like pink around his like nose because I think it's gonna look cuter and a little bit more alive with some kind of.
Do the horses have that though?
Some of them. But I mean, they're inside of their mouth is pink.
Yeah, but they don't really open their mouth unless they're being silly.
I know, but still. I want to give them a little bit of like... Give them a little bit of life. Most of it is going to be removed when I paint over it, but it's just to give him like... Just a touch of like... he's alive.
I just thought of something.
Yeah?
Horses back then were tiny and ponyish.
Well, it doesn't feel like a huge horse, the horse I'm painting, so that could make sense. That could work.
Ancient, like before the medieval times, horses were small. Like the Mongols' horses were small.
Yeah.
Ancient cavalry horses were roughly 13 to 14 hands high. And the cutoff for pony is 14.2.
Oh, wow.
So it was like a big pony. That's one of the reasons they didn't have like heavily armored cavalry back then, like knights, because like you can't have like 600 pounds of chainmail on a horse.
Yeah.
On a tiny little guy. I mean, I assume the guys were smaller too, though.
I mean, probably a little bit, but with armor and like everything on top, still like pretty beefy.
But I think they did like leather armor, maybe like a chest plate.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, you know, high Middle Ages, full metal, 30-foot lance. And they didn't have stirrups. So, like, it wasn't like later cavalry where you could, like, maneuver.
I mean, surely they could maneuver.
Yeah, but not, like, as skillfully as, like, the Mongols or, you know, a lot of that stuff came later. Or medieval horses.
Okay, and let's see if I remove that layer, what it looks like. That makes a huge difference. Just gonna put a little bit of like more color in there, like maybe some blue around the eyes.
Is that based on the reference, or are you just making up stuff now?
No, based on the reference. Like you can tell at the top of the head where the white spot is on the reference, there's like a reflection of the sky on his hair that it's a little bit blue.
Okay.
And a little bit around the eyes too, not a lot, but just a little bit.
So, to a couple of people who just joined us, Catherine is drawing a horse that has turned into Bucephalus, the horse of Alexander the Great, which we have kind of desecrated the memory of by giving him Lionel Richie's haircut.
For those who joined, we are giving him this haircut because we found a couple references of the horse, including this one.
You found one weird 17th century engraving that had curly hair.
And I went with it.
He's got like a wide mouth, like a hippo mouth. That doesn't look like a horse. Yours looks like a horse.
Yeah. Like an 80's horse.
You should go back in time and like berate this engraver for not knowing how to draw a horse. Oh.
Okay, let's work on his eyes a little bit. That's gonna help. It's gonna help giving him a little bit of like life and...
Yeah, as it said, it looks like he's got a smoky eyeshadow.
Yeah, this is gonna change.
Combined with the perm, it makes him very fabulous.
It does.
Smoky eyes.
Okay, he has a little bit of we see a little bit of like the brown of his eyes, so we're going to, it's a little bit too red. We're going to do some of that. Just a touch. Okay, then he has a little bit of white, kind of a white line under his eyes, the kind of wet part of the lid, the eyelid. Let's do that.
We haven't had a visit from Woodhouse, our studio cat, today.
That's true.
It's very odd. It's giving me slight worries that I left the door open or something.
He was in the, I mean, you could go check, but I think he was in the bedroom earlier.
He's boycotting.
Yeah.
He's offended by the Lionel Richie haircut that this horse has been given.
Woodhouse has no sense of fashion.
Well, he doesn't realize why it's fabulous to have a Lionel Richie haircut. Wait, what do you mean by that? He has no sense of fashion.
He doesn't wear clothes.
I mean, that's a fashion choice in and of itself. But like, that's a weird thing to say about a cat. Yeah, my problem with Woodhouse is his lack of a sense of style. Said no one ever about their pet. I wonder if there's such a thing as a cat with an aesthetic sense. Maybe that's why cats always knock things down. They're like, I don't like this little ceramic gnome.
It's very possible. It's a little bit of reflection in his eyes. It's gonna make him look like his eyes are like wet and alive. It's gonna help him quite a bit.
So I was wrong. It's not linen. It's not leather armor. It's linen armor.
Linen?
Linen.
Huh, interesting.
It's called the linothorax. Okay, if you saw it, it would look kind of like leather. It's just like really thick linen. So it looks like canvas. It's many layers of linen stuck together to feel like thick canvas or heavy upholstery, not like, cabana shirt.
Huh. Interesting.
Well, this is what ChatGPT is telling me anyway.
So when did the horse and Alexander the Great started working together?
Working together?
Yes.
Well, supposedly, all of this is legend too, so who knows what's real. But at 12 or 13 years old, Alexander won the horse by making a wager with his father. Basically, a horse salesman offered Alex's dad to buy this horse.
Mm-hmm.
because no one could tame this horse, so he's like a untamable horse.
Mm-hmm.
And Alexander's like, I can tame it, and like Philip, his dad, was like, if you can tame this horse, I'll pay for it. And he did, and he got the horse.
Huh.
And Alex would have to pay the price himself if he lost.
I love that you now call him Alex.
Yeah. Lexi.
And do we know how he gave the horse name?
Because he had a ox-shaped
Oh yeah, that's
spotter.
true.
But like, that's one version of the story. But there's more mythical, like the Oracle of Delphi told Philip of Macedon that whoever can tame this horse will conquer the world and blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I think everyone agrees that that feels like a later embellishment.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's a lot of like actually attested fact here. And you can tell that by the Wikipedia article has 2 links at the bottom. One is list of historical horses, and the second is list of fictional horses.
Hey. Do you want to tell me a bit more about Alex himself?
What do you want to know?
I don't know. Like, start with like when he was born, I guess. Go from there.
Well, he was 350s, I think, BC is when he was born. Let me look that up. 356.
Hmm.
And he was the son of the king of Macedon, and then became king of Macedon himself, and took over the entire known world. Like all of Greece, Turkey, Persia, Egypt, North Africa, and then east until modern day Pakistan, which was called India back then. And then his dudes were like, okay, can we just stop? So he went back home and then died.
Okay.
Of like, not even in battle, just like he got sick. But then his generals like fought over succeeding him, and Greek people, Macedonians, kept control of that whole area for like a long time. Cleopatra is one of those people who was a descendant of the Greek generals who took over these relics. And in like, even in like India, they had like Greek kingdoms for several hundred years, where you'd see like coins where like one side's Hercules and the other side's like Vishnu. That is the short version. I don't know much about the like biographical details of his life. I think he was pretty young when he died, like 20 something.
That doesn't make sense. Not if he got the horse at 13 and the horse lived for 30 years.
Okay, he lived till age 33.
Okay. I thought he would have died older. Did he have like a wife and kids?
Yes. But the kid was special.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I don't think we have good diagnoses, but like, you know, developmentally disabled of some sort. Maybe just simple. So that's why his generals took over.
Mm.
Like, his general Ptolemy took over Egypt, and his general Seleucus took over, you know, the middle part. So he didn't really set up a dynasty. He came to power at age 20 and then was dead by... so he came to power at age 20. By age 30, he had created the largest empire ever known.
That's pretty impressive.
And then by like 33, he was... I'm out. Yeah, that's why he's the great. Like...
Yeah.
He was like literally the greatest general and conqueror ever known in history up to that point. And like, at first he like united the Greeks and then went after the Persians, who were their like traditional enemy. And the Persians also controlled Egypt and a bunch of other places. But he swept through it and then like kept going, hit India, won, and then his troops were like, okay, you know what? It's been like 13 years. Can we go back home?
Yeah.
Like, these people have elephants. It's 38 degrees. So he agreed to go back. So they took a ship back, like the southern coast of like the Persian Gulf, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But like half his men died in the desert. It was like the worst handled retreat ever. And then he got to Babylon, and then he like kicked the bucket.
Okay.
And leading to a like free for all of his men trying to take over. Okay, so his son Philip was had learning disabilities. So some of his generals took him as like a figurehead, but he did not. He lasted like 6 years, and then boom,
Okay.
he was out.
And who was his wife?
I have no idea. Let's Google that. Wife. Oh, he had several.
Okay.
The one I've heard of is Roxana, who was like a Persian woman that he fell in love with, and was like a Persian princess. And she had several kids with him. There's a whole like romance thing, like, you know, the King Arthur stories with like Lancelot and Guinevere and all that, and it,
Mm-hmm.
like, even if those people were real, the stories just got embellished with like medieval romance.
Yeah.
Alexander's the same thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, people were writing Alexander romances for like 2,000 years now.
Yeah, but I've never heard of those, so I'm curious to.
I
like,
think
know.
in like in the Persian and Indian tradition, you hear about Roxana a lot.
Mm.
Because like, he married her. He actually forced all of his top generals to marry Persian women to, like, you know, integrate them into the Persian Empire that they just took over.
Mm-hmm.
And he started wearing like Persian outfits and hats and stuff. And his Greek soldiers were like not the most cosmopolitan and multicultural folks. They were a bunch of marauding thugs who were like, dude, we just took over these people. Why are you dressing like them? And Alexander's like, A, my wife, and B, like, I want to run this empire like for all its people.
Yeah.
But like, there's all kinds of stories of like, she was in the harem of the old Persian emperor, and he like saw her from afar, and then somebody dressed like a woman to sneak in, and although
Yeah,
like,
I'm assuming all of that is like super
Yeah.
false.
I'm sure it is, but with some sort of like, you know, little hints of truth there.
Yeah.
But the whole Alexander the Great story is just, it's like King Arthur, where whatever original true fact there was has been, you know, covered up and embellished. And
I'm just curious, I guess, because I've never like I should probably like at least read his wiki page, because it's not a subject that I have a lot of like knowledge about.
well, I think what people forget is like, people know about, you know, ancient Greece. There was Athens and Sparta, and, you know, the democracy, and Plato and all these people. And then they know the Roman Empire, like, which is like 400 years later. But what we don't hear about as much is that Alexander, who was right after Aristotle. Like Aristotle was his school teacher.
Oh, I did not know
Like
that.
so Aristotle was his childhood um, I don't know about school teacher, but like his mentor or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they hired Aristotle to take care of the kids, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then he became the king, and then he took over the entire known world from like Libya to Pakistan. And then that whole area was run by Greek people for like 350 years after that, until the Romans took over. And that whole Hellenistic era, we don't like. It's not part of our narrative as much.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not a secret, but like men aren't thinking about the Hellenistic empires for every 6 times a day or whatever. They're thinking about Rome. Anyway, we should get back to the art. No one wants to hear me wax ignorant about Hellenistic history.
I think it's super interesting.
But like all the the art and stuff of that era in all those countries is like styles mixing, and like even in like the eastern part, if you look at statues of the Buddha in like a toga with like folded robes, like that's Greek art that like the Alexander brought to there, and then those people converted to Buddhism and started making Buddha statues instead of like Hercules and Apollo statues. So even in like Thailand, when you see a reclining Buddha statue, he's wearing a toga because it was, Greek style. And like all those mummies in Egypt from the late era, like with the people's face painted on them, Greek style, or like Greco-Egyptian style. But people act like the modern times is the first time that we've had like a global fusion, but it is not. And now talking about global fusion has made me want to eat tropical fruit. I bought some mangoes, so I'm going to eat that for, if not for dinner, for post-dinner dessert, which I guess is redundant. I'm not sure you're going to finish this one today.
Yeah, me neither.
I think you just got to like accept that unless it's a very simple drawing, it's a 2-week task, each one.
Yeah, but maybe I'll just like call it quits on this one. I don't think it works quite well. And I think it's just like one of those like, this was the theme today, that's what I drew, and unless like it's a really good one, like do we want to continue it next week? Like I'm not sure.
Well, let us know, people, if you have any opinions. I think it worked out pretty good, but I also don't know anything about art. Now that you're doing the highlights of the face, it's like feeling the shape a lot more than.
Yeah.
I think what you got to do is like the ones that you don't like as much. They're not pieces. They're just studies.
Yeah, like because that's what I'd like to do a bit more with the stream as well. Is like trying to do first. Like I would like to keep one, if possible, one drawing per stream. Like we just sit down, do a drawing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But like also try to do it a little bit quicker and kind of just try things, like get out of my comfort zone.
Be experimental.
Yeah, exactly. Like and have fun with it. And if it doesn't work, it's not a big deal. It's just like it's the Inktober prompt, and that's just what it is.
Yeah, that's the whole point, is to be like unashamed and experimental, and not. And the ones that work out well, you can work on further if you so choose.
Exactly. Like if I decide that it's great, and what's fun with and that's why I wanted to also go with like Inktober or like Sketch Daily. It's just that gives me like a subject to draw, and I can't just draw always the same thing. Like I need to try new things, and it worked quite well. Like in the last Inktober, Like I had a lot of fun, and obviously I can't do one a day because it's just too much. Like I can't commit to that.
No, but like,
But once or twice a week, doing a sketch daily and then doing the Inktober 52, that's the once a week kind of thing. Like that's a pretty good way of just
yeah, and it's a good backup. When like sometimes you will have something you want to draw, and you're
yeah
not wedded to the Inktober. But when you don't, it's a great like, it's like stick your hand in the hat and pull something out.
yeah exactly. And I quite like the idea. So
I'm not a big
um,
fan of the like obligation of Inktober, where it's like, okay, it's day 23. We gotta like, I have to draw a top hat, but like as a source of inspiration rather than as an obligation, I think it's really useful.
yeah. Because if I don't do that, I will end up always drawing the same thing over and over again. Because that's easy, and we have busy lives, we have day jobs, and it's easy to just like sit down and draw the same thing I always draw. And it's good to do it once in a while when I just want to relax, but it's also fun, like without pressure, to just get out of, draw something that I'm not used to drawing as much. And that's good practice. I'm gonna quickly do his blanket just so he's like it's not a weird like red shape.
Just got a notification for the Ugly Cat Studio TikTok that we have a notification.
Okay.
I was notified that we have a notification, and I tried to log in, and now I can't log in.
But good thing we're getting notification for notification. Like
Yeah, I'll have to figure this out later. Well, when you finish this up, that's my cue to have to go do the dishes and clean up the kitchen. So take as long as you want. Because not only are we an art studio and streaming powerhouse, we're also just an apartment that needs to clean up the kitchen.
yeah.
So I guess you're gonna call it a day.
Yeah,
Shortly.
I'm gonna do this little blanket, and
Are you gonna keep it red?
yeah, like put a darker red, like I'm doing now. And then I'm gonna do just a little pattern of horses, because he needs to have his own, like wearing his own merch.
That's a little. You wonder why things take so long. You like give yourself extra jobs that didn't have to be.
It has to be. We talked about it. gonna be little yellow horses.
I think it's kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Narcissistic of him to be wearing.
I mean, tel père, tel fils, I guess.
Sorry, wait, say it again.
Tel père, tel fils.
Oh, like father, like son.
Yeah.
And by father, you mean Alexander?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. The dude did name like 36 cities after himself, such as Alexandria and 35 other Alexandrias.
The horse blanket doesn't really work, but it doesn't matter. It's dumb and I like it.
Yeah, the city of Kandahar in Afghanistan
Mm-hmm.
is named after Alexander,
Oh.
as the name still kind of shows. Because in like Persian and Indian, he's called Iskandar, and Kandahar became Kandahar.
Huh.
And obviously Alexandria, like in Egypt, is like known to be named after him. I just went to a list of cities named after Alexander, and there's like 20 of them. As far as Tajikistan and further. That's something people don't do so much anymore. When they win a war, they don't like name enemy cities after themselves.
That's true.
Like, Tokyo is not called like Rooseveltville.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens in not too long, though.
Well, you'd have to win a war first.
That's true. Like, what's the capital of Venezuela?
Caracas.
Soon it's gonna be named after Trump. Okay, I think we're gonna call it here.
Well, thank you everybody for sticking with us over the last hour or so, hour and 25 minutes. Please visit our website, theuglycat.com. You can see some of Catkin's work. Join our newsletter, like and subscribe, all the other things. It really helps us out.
I forgot one thing before we go.
What's that?
You need the whiskers.
Do horses have whiskers?
Yes, they do.
Are you sure?
Yes. I'm now a horse expert. I'm in my horse girl era.
They're like really short though, aren't they?
They have a ton on their nose.
But it's like, they're not like cat whiskers. They're
No.
like, yeah, they're called a vibrissae, apparently.
Yeah, it's the same thing for cats and dogs.
What is a whisker called in French?
Moustache.
That doesn't seem right.
It looks weird. Okay.
It feels like mustache should be the like colloquial term, but not the official term.
I think the official term might be vibris.
Oh, I was just looking at the weather in Caracas, and I'm like, I don't want to go there.
What's the weather?
Oh, it's not too bad actually. In January, it's between 21 and 27. And in July, it's between 23 and 28.
Oh, it's not bad.
I was looking at the record highs, which are in the 30s, but
Mhm.
like lower than our record highs. It's like the
Interesting.
Singapore weather, but maybe 5 degrees cooler.
That is pretty good.
Yeah. The record low ever is 5 degrees Celsius. I suppose I should explain that I'm saying these numbers in Celsius.
Okay, we are done.
So please like and subscribe, click the buttons, and visit our website, theuglycat.com.
Thank you so much, everyone, and we will see you next week.
Same time, same channel.
Yes. Bye.
Bye-bye.